listeners, today we're going to learn how to play the solo from Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton. Also going to teach you the rhythm so you can play it with a friend. Tabs and backing track for this tutorial and all our tutorials up here, links in the notes. Hit like if you like it. It helps other people find the lesson. Other links in the description, email, plus some lessons that complement this one. New Ukulele Wednesday and Saturday, so subscribe. You've done all that. Grab the ukulele brain attention span. Follow me on in. Let's break it down. So this is actually one of the easier solos of all time because it's 8 measures, but it's just a 4-measure idea that happens 2 times. We're in the key of A, and I'm going to show you the solo, then I'm going to teach you the rhythm. So we start off with the rest on the 1. 1. Then we jump in on the second beat. What you're going to do here is you're going to play 4, 5, 4. It's a quick hammer on the 5th fret and pull off. It's much harder to do this if you can't hammer on or pull off because you have to go. But you need speed. It's 3 notes in just an 8th beat. So really take your time to practice that sound. If you're having just a lot of trouble with the idea of a hammer on and a pull off, I'll link those up here in the notes in the description. I don't want to spend too much time on them, but essentially what I'm doing is when I do the hammer on, I keep this finger down. So just the contact changes pitch. And then I create tension by pulling down on the string and release it, and this finger's down the whole time. After that, the middle finger comes up to the 5th fret of the E string. All that happens on the second beat. 1, 2, 1, 2, or it's really 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3, and. Now that next little move, 7 to 9, happens on the and. It's important because after that, you're going to come down to the 7th fret on the 4th beat. So this idea happens on the 2nd beat, and this lands on the 4th beat. Aiming for that 2nd and the 4th beat are going to help you stay in time. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Index finger to the 4th fret. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now the song is 76 BPM, so you have plenty of time. Take your time. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. After that, you let that ring out for a whole measure. So it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and. Now this is 6th. We're using an interval called 6th. This is great for soloing and rhythm. It's really popular with bands like CCR. There is it, Proud Mary. So you can play these ideas in both rhythm and soloing. If you want to learn more about it, I'll link it in the description. So 4 slide 6, index finger on the 5th fret. This comes from a D chord. So you'll see later when we do the rhythm that this plays over the D. After that, you're going to get your middle finger back to the 4th fret and then your ring finger on the 4th fret of the A string. Pluck them together. I'm using my thumb and my index finger and slide it down to 2, 2. So it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. On the 4th beat here, you're then going to go back to 2, 2 and slide up to 4, 4. But that slide, you don't wait. You're going to do it 4, and. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Let that ring out, and then on the and again, come back to 2, 2, and then on the second beat, again, and 2. So it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4. Now, if you can, give that some vibrato. Give it some wiggle or some waggle. Not even wiggle. You want to get some waggle. You could just, if I understand that some of you are going to be stretching your limits on this lesson, the first thing and the most important is trying to get it in time. Once you get that, you can add some of the color to it. Okay, so let's play through the whole thing and let's count it out. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4. So let's learn the rhythm. This is what you would play if you were to jam this with a friend, or if you want to use it as a loop, or if you just want to understand kind of what's going on. It's a very cool rhythm. It's not just him going. It's much more in depth than that. The first measure, you're going to start off, and we're going to play the second fret of the G string, 1 and then open A. If you have a low G, that sounds great. If you have a high G, it's the same note. All right, and I kind of arranged this for both ukuleles, but just be aware that's what's going on. Now, you're playing an A chord, so you can go 1 and then you're going to hit that 1, hammer 2, pull 1 to the second fret. Again, a low G would sound great here. That's the same move as this, but an octave lower. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 4, 4. You can play with one finger. You can play with 4 fingers. We're playing an E chord here, which is the 4th fret of the G string, 4th fret of the C string, and 4th fret of the E string. Now you'll see it's just a D chord moved up 2 frets. Chords move that way. If you're interested in how to make how to make chords movable, you know I got you, right? You know where to check. Links below. One thing that's important is you want to make sure you get this chord on the and. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. After this E, 4th beat, play nothing, and then on the and you're going to come down and make an F sharp minor. 2, 1, 2. Thumb on the G string again, and these 2 finger index plucking the C, middle plucking the E. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let that ring out, and then on the second beat, middle finger plucks the E string. 1 and. Then your thumb and index pluck the G and the G strings. So it's and 1 and 2. Nothing on the 1. And 2. And 2. And 1 and 2. And 1 and 2. Okay? Then again, middle finger on the and. Then lift it up, and now you're making an A, and you're going to pluck all 3 strings on the 3rd beat. 3. 1 and 2 and 3. E string, pinch these 2 again. And these have not moved for the F sharp minor or the A. They've been here the whole time. Play them on the 4th beat, and then again, A string. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and boom. Now we're on to a D. From the D, you're going to pluck all 3 of them. 2, 2, 2. Then middle finger on the E string again. You go 1 and pinch G and C again, but this time it's 2 and 2. And then open A, or open E string, followed by an A note. So you get 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Everything so far? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. The 4th beat is the same as the 2nd beat of the 1st measure. It's that 1 hammer 2. pull off, and back to 2, 4, and then you go into this shape. You'll see that's from the E7, 1st fret here, 2nd fret here, and that's on the 1st beat. From there, you're going to pluck those 2 with these fingers, thumb here, middle finger here, because your index plucks the E on the and. 1 and 2 and go to 2 and 4. This is on the 3rd beat. 3, then and up here to 4 and 5. 4 and. So slowly from the 4th beat, it's 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and boom. Back to the top. Okay, so just the first 2 measures now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. And that's the entire rhythm section. And there you go, folks. That is how you play Tears in Heaven, the solo, both the rhythm part and the lead part. Play it with a friend. Get creative. Add it to the finger-picking version. Take it to the next level. Break the phrasing down and see why it sounds good with the rhythm. Break the rhythm down and see why it makes it so unique. There's a lot of very interesting things you can learn from this lesson, okay? All right, until next time, keep rocking, keep rolling. Life is good. Keep on jamming. Keep on playing Tears in Heaven. And keep on writing sad songs, but keep writing happy songs too. Catch you on the flip side, Wednesday and Saturday, baritone, every other Wednesday, guitar on Monday. Patreon, cheaper than a cheap cheeseburger. Take care of yourself and have a lovely day.